Hey y'all, back again here in the garage. Okay, I got the center section out of the 8 3/4 in my Barracuda. Remember when you're picking up, lift with your legs, not your back. Okay, here we go. Turn this around here so you all can see what I see. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, let's talk about the 8 3/4. Okay, and let's talk about some identifying marks. Now, this is an 8 3/4. This is the one you saw earlier in the Barracuda, in the Barracuda's rear housing. Now, this one is a 741 casting. Okay, just like this one laying next to it. Okay, so one of the identifying marks on these is actually very, very easy to see. Now there are three main ones you're going to run across. There is a 741 casting. That's probably the most common one. It's probably also the least expensive. It's probably a little bit. It's considerably less desirable. It has a smaller pinion than the others, the 489 and the 742. They're called these numbers because of the last three digits of the casting, as you can see right there, 741. Okay, as you can see on this one right here, also the same thing. So this is a 741 casting. As you can see, that both of them also have this drop down section right here. These are the dropout center section rear axles. Now, let me warn you, however, there is a copycat of these that is known as an 8 1/4. That was an early 8 1/4. It wasn't the rear loading, rear inspection cover style. It had the dropout center section like these. Now, these will handle actually quite a bit of power. One other identifying mark. Let me turn this over and let you all see. Tell you what, I'm going to turn this other one over. I think it'd be easier. There is an identifying mark right down there on the bottom, right there. Oh. Okay, there's an identifying mark right there. There's a pad right there that's cast. Let me get this. Oh my God. Don't you hate it when stuff just doesn't work and go your way? Okay. Okay, so there is a pad that is cast into the bottom here of the carrier. Okay, now if you can see right there, on this one here, it's probably got it a little too much light, don't I? Well, you can barely see it. There's a 323 marking right there on that one. Okay, so now on this one here, this one that come out of the Barracuda, just come out of it, it has a 355 stamped in there in the same place. That tells you the gear ratio. Okay, now if somebody has been inside of it though and they have changed the ring and pinion, then that is kind of null and void. But as you can see right there, it says 355. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see, but it's stamped in there. It's 3.55. So, now, another way to tell the gear ratio on these is actually very, very easy. Okay, now you'll want to turn it over like that, like how I've got this one here, because you can see I've got the yoke supported on the I've got the yoke supported up on the pinion snubber. So one of the ways to tell, you just want to turn this over and look for a series of numbers. Okay, these are stamped numbers. They're stamped into the gear themselves. Okay. Let's see if I can get this right here and you can see this. Oh, yeah, my fault. Yep, see, 355 right there. So this is going to be perfect for my Barracuda. Well, I'm sorry, not my Barracuda. It's going to be perfect for my truck. So, all right. So now this is a, as you can see right there, it's not welded up. Yeah, there's a little bit of rust on some of the gears there and the spider gears. But what I'm going to do is I've got a couple of these I can work with and I can get parts out of. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So probably going to get the side gears and spider gears out of another one, and there you go. But now, what about the Barracuda? Huh? What's it going to have in it? Okay, well actually it's getting a 373 gear. So just a little bit lower gear. Now, I would put the 350, I would put the 373 in the truck, but then my issue is going to be that my speedo is not going to read right, and I'm going to have all kinds of problems with that. So that is not even an option. But I have one, and I have another 8 3/4 right here. So I have a total of 4 of these son of a guns I can get parts from. Okay, so I'm going to do it. So, but I wanted to bring this to you and show you some things you needed to see on how to identify the 8 3/4, but also some tricks on how to see some identifying marks and how to tell what's what. Oh, one more other thing. You can count the amount of teeth on the pinion gear down in there and also on the ring gear. And then you can divide one into the other. Okay? So, there you go. So, here we go. Here's this one is a 290 something gear, I believe 298, maybe 290 even. This one is also 741, as you can see right there. This one will probably be donating, maybe it's side gears and spider gears and all of that. I don't know. But anyway, at any rate, you know, there you go. So, all right, I'm going to keep all these gears. This one's a 298. This one here that's welded up is a 323. If you don't know, the higher the number, higher numerically, that is a lower gear. Okay, so a 355 is a higher gear than a 373, and a 373 is higher than a 411, and a 411 is higher than a 430. Okay, and so on and so on and so forth. And then, of course, a 290 something is much, much higher than a 355. Okay, so you see where I'm going? All right. Now, these rear ends, I was saying earlier, they're pretty strong. They will handle quite a bit more power and torque than what that will put out. uh, and even with the 360. So I'm just I'm really happy about getting this son of a gun out, because it was looking like I wasn't going to get a chance to get this out today, and I got it out, and I'm really happy about that. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to disassemble this, and I'm going to get this all apart, and I'm going to start getting this ready to put the new bearings on and get the old bearings off, and then put the new bearings on. Okay? So thank you very, very much for watching, and do be safe out there, okay? And if you have any questions, comments, ideas, anything, put them down below. I'll do my very best to get back to you, and I mean that. All right. Thank you very much, and God bless.